Planning my week has shown me that I have way more time than I think. I have way more energy than I think. Venture goes to I have more money than I think. As moms, there's so many things that we do, so many hats we wear. So if you do not put in your calendar, vocalize to your community, to your spouse, to your family, to your friends, your partners, that you need time to fill your cup, you end up finishing the week very, very, very burnt out and very upset. When you actually take inventory of things, you're able to see where your energy is going, where your time is going, and the things that you can do differently. And you have to have hard conversations with yourself. Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to be talking about how I plan my week as a stay-at-home homeschooling mom of 2 under 3, a lifestyle blogger, a wife, a friend, a daughter, all the things, while incorporating wellness and thriving, enjoying the process and the journey without feeling overwhelmed or feeling like I'm dropping the ball on different things. So a little backstory: my husband works a 9 to 5, so during the day, Monday to Friday, he's not home, and so planning my week efficiently has been a lifesaver. I'm not able to thrive if my week is not adequately planned. I also have an event planning business that I co-own with my friend, a bonnet business. I help businesses with marketing and admin online, and I have different passion projects coming up. So planning my week, planning my day is very essential to me thriving, and I believe that I have to be able to pour into my cup and be well before I can do all these other things, because they also fill my cup. To plan your week efficiently, you have to have a why. You have to know why it's important to have structure. What are you trying to fix? You have to know exactly what your motivation is. For example, my motivation is I want to be rested. I do not want to be overstimulated. I want to be an intentional mom and a wife. I want to be able to connect with my community. And so that means that I have to be very intentional about my time. So you have to take a second to ask yourself what your why is. It will help you stay consistent in prepping your week continuously. Having your why helps you even when it's hard to show up with your weekly preps. Before you start prepping your week, a good brain dump will be amazing. Write down what are the activities coming up, what are the ways you need to show up, what are the areas of your life that are lacking, what are some of the things that you can prep prior to the week starting to make your week feel lighter. What are certain things you can give yourself to fill your cup? Because as moms, as women, there's always so much we are pouring out and not giving to ourselves. And so it makes us feel burnt out and overwhelmed and overstimulated by the time the week is up, and we feel like we did nothing for ourselves because we did not. So for example, after I do a brain dump, I'm able to see the activities coming up for my husband, for me, for us as a couple, for our children, and for all of us as a family. And also a pro tip is to set up a family email where all activities that involve all of you or your children go into. So it's on a calendar for everyone to see and keep everyone on the same page, because mental fatigue and mental stress is one of the things that adds more weight to the week. For your brain dump, you can organize it into categories of events coming up, things that are slacking, ways that I can show up for myself, things that I can do to make the week feel lighter. So for example, events coming up could be a birthday, date night, could be a family date, all that. Things that you can do before the week starts could be meal prep and putting things in your calendar. These are things that can be done before the week starts. So once you've brain dumped, you're able to group all the things into different categories and put them into your calendar. I like to write things down. So even though I put it in a family calendar, in my personal calendar, writing it down and seeing it visually always helps. So in this binder, the way I prep for the week is my homeschool activities for my daughter. They are all in here so that when the week starts, I'm not overwhelmed. Also, my daily tasks are in here so that when I wake up, I know exactly what to do. So I'm going to give you an example of how this will look. If you'd like for your Saturdays and Sundays to be free so you can have family time, me time, and all that, you can break up your laundry into a couple of days during the week so that on the weekend you don't have to do all of that, because you want to free it up to spend time with community, with family, with friends. For me, as a stay-at-home mom, on Saturdays it's important for me to fill my own cup. That can look like filming a bunch of content, hanging out with my friends, going out on a solo walk, things like that, because Monday to Friday is very intense, especially in the morning till my husband comes back from work. So I make it a priority that on the weekend I'm able to fill my cup. And that can only happen if the week is well planned and my family is well supported. As moms, there's so many things that we do. There's so many hats we wear, so many places we are pouring into. And so if you do not put in your calendar and vocalize to your community, to your spouse, to your family, to your friends, your partners, whoever, that you need time to fill your cup, and these are what the things you're going to do, you end up finishing the week very, very, very burnt out and very upset and feeling like you didn't do anything. Planning my week has shown me that I have way more time than I think. I have way more energy than I think. Even trickles to I have more money than I think. When you actually take inventory of things, you're able to see where your energy is going, where your time is going, and the things that you can do differently. And you have to have hard conversations with yourself. That will help you realize that there are things in your life that can be changed, can be taken out, can be improved, and you don't have to feel like you have to be perfect and you're not doing things right. You just have to realize that you're human, you're imperfect. Some days or some weeks or some months you get it right. Sometimes you fall off because we get tired of doing the right thing, which is a fact. And showing up in healthy ways and wholesome ways is not easy. Not being intentional is actually easier than being intentional. So I'm going to recommend 2 books that will help you. A book that I really liked was 24/6 by Tiffany Schlein. It's basically about unplugging and giving up screens 1 day a week. That's something that I used to do that I'm trying to get back to. Another thing that I used to do that I want to get back to is meal prepping consistently, ingredients prepping consistently. Ingredients prepping is basically chopping up the vegetables, marinating the meats, just prepping the ingredients as opposed to cooking the meals. So that used to work perfectly for dinners, and I spent way less time in the kitchen. I could make dinner in less than 20 minutes. Depending on what it is, because I don't have to think about the things to chop and what spices to use and what to put together. I find that that is more helpful, because with meal prep it's very rigid. The food is already cooked, but at dinner you can decide what we want to eat, something fresh, something nutritious. You sit together at the table and it's just an amazing time. Nobody's slaving over the stove and everybody's there for a good time. Second book I would like to recommend is Atomic Habits. That's actually a book that I've not finished reading, and I think there's a third book that is Habits of a Household. Also haven't finished reading, but it's really, really great, and I think it fits well in this video if you're trying to fix your habit, pour into your cup, thrive, not be overwhelmed, overstimulated, and all the things. So with this, I can actually make it a series and go on and on. But I think the things to make your week way easier and help you plan your week are the key points that I mentioned. Remember to create an email for you and your family if that applies to you. Make sure the things that you need to do are in your calendar, as well as written if you work better visually and if you like seeing things around, post-it notes, calendars, stuff like that. Write down the things that you know will support the life that you want, in terms of buying your time back, buying your energy back, and keeping inventory of your time and things. Thank you so much for watching this week's video. I appreciate you. Take small steps matter. See you in next week's video. Bye.